Hello. Let's go back to the valid parenthesis problem. We want to write a code that its input is in a string and tells us if we have the parentheses paired up right. So I was thinking about it last night a bit. We couldn't solve it yet. Yep. We have one string and we should say if it is a valid string or not. Okay, what are the situations? We have this string. For this one, just I have problem with the algorithm yet, so not even about the coding. Coding, I think it's not very difficult unless it is using some Python environment, like some coding skills that is specific to Python. Like some strings have these functions that you can, and attributes you can use. Maybe that can help, but now I don't know. I don't know how to solve it now. So we have different situations. We talked about how to solve the problem when there is only one type of brackets or parentheses. But what if we mix them? Then it will be complicated. Right? I was thinking maybe we can do it in a recursive manner. So if you remember, like these parentheses can be paired up, like we have a complete parenthesis left and right, and then we can have another, for example, bracket or parenthesis. The string stays valid, right? What if we can find these substrings that are correct and then say they are correct recursively if all of them are correct. But if we can have one substring that is missing something, right? For example, we have 3 open left parentheses and 2 right. Then, however we, at least as long as they're paired up, right? However we bisect this string, it has an invalid substring. So let's just focus on nested strings, nested brackets, because yeah, I think that's a good breaking point for the problem. First step, let's assume that there is no pair, like there is no multiple pair, that like you can break the strings into substrings and each of them can be like paired up. We assume there is none of them, because and we just are going to focus on the nested ones. Once we solve the nested ones, we hopefully can break our main string into smaller ones, and if all of them are nested well and validly, you can say, okay, we have a nice string. Right, sounds good. So for example, we have two left parentheses, one right parenthesis. Another one can be parenthesis, bracket, right parenthesis, bracket, right bracket, right? Like one correct one can be curly braces, inside them a pair of parentheses. So in a nested parenthesis, the situation is not that difficult, right? If you have a nested one, what I want to do is start from the left, right? I start from the left and I see a left parenthesis, right? Or left bracket, any type of bracket. I say it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. As long as it is left, it's okay. We are finding a nested one, right? Then I hit my first right bracket. For example, it's a right parenthesis. Then I say, I should stop, because once we hit right, and by the assumption that it is nested, we cannot have any left ones, right? So, and let's assume we hit the left one. Okay. How can it be valid? How can it be not valid? What is the condition? We hit the right one, closing one. And we check for its pair, right? Yeah, if I have a nested one. And it is closed with a parenthesis. I will check its pair on the first part. And if it is paired with something, I can look inside of it. And inside it should be a parenthesis. Right? Should be paired. One thing I'm worried about is that what if we have a nested one, but inside a nested system we have a valid general valid parenthesis. What if all the time? What about this? I look at the first and the last character of the strings. If they're the same, no, that doesn't make sense. I need to check for the nested one first, right? But if they're paired up earlier, by removing the two ends, Nope. Other thought I had was that, okay, you find the first character and see where is its pair, first closing thing, and say they are valid one. It should not be the case, right? For example, if you have two open parentheses and two left, you cannot match the first one with the third one. No. So why is it an easy problem? I don't like that it is called easy and I cannot solve it. Oh, it has hint. Alright. I was looking for a hint. Okay. Let's give ourselves 10 more minutes. Think about the problem. And if you cannot do it, we will look at the hints. Alright? So 10 more minutes. So if you want to go over the nested approach, how can we find if there is something is nested? You remove the two ends, right? For nested one, you can say if it is only nested, if it is not like mixture of nested and inside of it there is a valid parenthesis. That will focus up. So I think the point should be, where is the first place I see a closing bracket? That's the point. Because I go ahead, and I see a closing bracket. It should be paired up for sure, right? And it should be paired up right away, otherwise it's wrong. Like you cannot go and see a closing right parenthesis. Alright, I'm starting from the first character of the string. Bing, 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 bing. I'm going forward. Is it how we find if a parenthesis is valid as human beings too? Or is it so visual to us and we see the whole string all together, then we say, okay, it's obvious that's valid or not valid. But maybe for a very big string, we have to act like a computer. Anyways, so I will go along. Start maybe at the beginnings. We may have opening parentheses. We don't mind them. We go on, we hit the first closing parenthesis. This first closing one should be paired right away. Is that true? So we can have parenthesis, left bracket, curly brace. We cannot have a right parenthesis. No, we cannot. It should, if it's going to be closed, it should be matching its previous one right away. So if you are going You can see it or no? You cannot see it. If you are going left parenthesis, left bracket, left curly brace, and we are going for some closing material, the only bracket that can be valid is a closing curly brace. So we go forward, we hit the first closing one. We check it's the one behind it, right? We check the one behind it, and if they are paired, good job. Otherwise, it's invalid. What about this? Then we can do, okay, then we can do this. Then we can remove this pair from the whole string and do recursively on the remain string. So let me, damn, I wish I had the whiteboard. Anyways. Okay, I will do this. Never mind, you got it. Oh, you have this shit too. So, you have the screen. I can tell you this. For example, let's assume it is this. Oh, it's fuck. Asshole, no. There's this. Can you do not? Okay, it is like this, right? And then we have, for example, a closing bracket, right? I start from the beginning. I hit the first closing bracket, which is a curly brace. I say I should look at its left, and they're matching. I remove, and the rest should be a valid string. That's what I want to do. So I want to solve it recursively and silence my phone. Okay, again, class solution. Let me is valid. I want to write the functions heading myself. Python 3, and it's called is valid. What is the name? Valid parenthesis is valid. I think solution should be small. Oh, big. Okay. Functions start with a small letter, lowercase letter. Classes start with uppercase. Solution. Is it solution? Dude, come on. Is it solution? This is solution. Oh, the class should be. Yep. Now, function def is valid, and what are the inputs? Self and the string. S string. How should I write a string? Or equal? I have no idea. It's a list str. Should I import like we did last time from by the way, we didn't look at the hint. Good job, guys. We made it. Give yourself time. What? Yeah, also good amount of time. str and the output is a boolean, true or false, and double dot or no, yep, str. Was it last time from typing import something? I don't remember. I don't remember. Talk like a human being. Okay. Again, it's S colon. Alright. I thought it was last. What the fuck? Now I doubt it. Let's go to the longest common prefix. So S1 str colon, also that is from typing import list. Do you think we need it this time too or not? Anyways, untitled valid parentheses. All right. Dude, this is more important. Honestly, for me, this should be more important than the algorithm. Algorithms are not that difficult because you can think and find them. But this stuff for now are difficult because I have to memorize them. I have to fucking memorize them. That's why we are doing it every day. Alright. What do I want to do with this string S? Okay. What is the recursive condition? If S is the empty string, right? Just return true. True? It's not true. Capital T. Yep. Else, what we are going to do is removing the characters from the string. So how can we find the first one, the first closing bracket? How are we going to find the first closing bracket? Yeah. For I in range 0 len s one if for finding the first character. So if si Python uses brackets, if si is did not this or do you think I can write it like that? Or let's see, probably we can write it like that. Probably we can write it like that. I'm not talking to myself, guys, sorry. I should talk to you. Si is closed parentheses. If one of these happens, okay, let me in Python we should write and. We had it last time. Loud fuck. We should write and. We had it last time. Yes, I minus 1 is this. Opening. So if the situation is like that, we are good, right? They are matching, they are pairing up. Right? So we want to say that's good. S is, can I do this? S 0, and it is exclusive. I minus 2 plus S I plus 1, definitely, to the end. I don't know. Right? If similarly for other types of brackets, okay, that's it, right? If these 3 happens, we remove. There is one like minor issue. What if like length of S is just 2 and the whole S is a pair? Then we cannot write it like that. But we can check it actually. And what else I want? What else do I want? What else? If it is not the case, what if it is not the case and we are not paired? Else, well, if it is opening parentheses, we want I to pass, right? Until we get to the closing one. So do you think I should let me change these ands. right? When did we start? All right. Bracket. So S we can do it, but instead of S equals S, this we have to return self dot is valid, right? Wait, I also don't like the for loop. For loop, I want, instead of for loop, I want to find the first place. So for now, it's like, okay, I reach this part. Right, for now, it's like I will find the first closing part. Oh my god. Shit. Alright. For now, it's like I will reach the first closing one. What if there is no closing one, right? What if there is no closing one? In that case, my for loop goes all the way, and we should return false, right? If it is just opening brackets, return backstraight, return false. Is that working? Let's check it. So X is, let's instantiate. X is solution. How do we write it? Yeah, solution. Is solution like this? Dude, I have to memorize. It's not good. And then X dot tab is valid is the only option. So I go ding 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 ding. Oh motherfucker, don't do that. So let's see what it does with these two left. S is not this, not true. For I, it goes to the I loop. None of those ifs happens. Returns false, which is true. Now let's say alright, I want to do this. And not actually this. Oh, this, yeah, why not? Okay, let's do a pair of parentheses first. So for this one, S is not empty, and it is S0, S1, okay? Len of S is 2. What is len of S here? Let's say len of I guess 2 it is. Yeah. So from 0 to 2, not included. Alright, S of okay, S of 0 is this? No, S of 0 is this? None of them. Goes I is 1. For if S of 1 is one of these, yes, S of 1 is the second one. S of 0 is this one. Return. Okay, what is I minus 2? I is 1. So here we are fucked up. Here we have to, we cannot say S0 to I minus 2. This is only for the case where length of S is big enough. Actually it should be I minus 1. Oh, maybe it works now. I minus 1, because I minus 1 is excluded. So I is 1, S0, no, not 0, okay. Like, let's assume we hit S has 6 characters, right? On the 5th, I is 5th. We want to say remove 5th and 4. So S0 to I minus 1 is correct. And 6 to the end is also correct. But it's only correct when the length of S is big enough. What if len of S is 2? The situation is difficult. I think if I, okay. At the end of the day, we will always hit this. Right? If this, or or what if it is 3? We can check if the len of s is even or odd, and it really helps sometimes. Um, so if it is this, but what if length of s is 3? So we should go 0 to 3. This okay, and we hit at the. What if we always hit at the second? It cannot. Okay, the first line doesn't work. What if the closing one? We should always have. Okay. Yeah. Si minus 1 should exist all the time. If s of I is a closing, if s of I is a closing bracket, s of I minus 1 should always exist, right? So the first one cannot be, for example, the situation. How can we say s of I minus 1 exists actually? What if I is 0? So it says s of minus 1, which is the last digit. So we need to take that into consideration as well for Python, right? We have s of minus 1, minus 2, this kind of stuff, we have them. So I think this part needs to be removed. But let's put an if on the number of I. What about that? I feel that's good. Yes, if I here it's good, and I greater than or equal 2, right? Let's have this. What? It removed the colon itself. I swear to God, a space and the colon is removed. Alright, so if first the time we hit the closing parenthesis is si and I is greater than 2, then I minus 2 will be greater than 0, everything will be safe. S0, 0 is a 0, and I guess the rest is good. What if it is the last character, by the way? Right? We can check that later. Now what if first of all, let's get rid of the odd numbers. If len is what is mode percentage 2 0 1, sorry, return false. Right. What is wrong with it? I think I just fucked it up. Now it's I is either 1 right? What if all of this, we are hitting a closing bracket and I is 1 or 0? Right? What if it is 1? I want to... It is turning into a long code, but I don't like it though. And fuck this! Why is this happening? Why is it deleting the character? What the fuck is happening? Why? What if it doesn't happen here? Okay, I will close the shit. Close the shit. Cancel. Enter this motherfucker. No, shift enter. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Leave. Masabi one. I was talking Persian. Alright, Then if S1 is this shit and is the return true, okay, instead of this bullshit, we can say this, or just the basic pairs. Then we want to return true. Because we got rid of the length 1, because we got rid of all the odd length. True, else, this else should match the rest. Wait, what the fuck? What is this return false? Ah, I think that should work. Okay. Len of s divisible not by 2, goodbye. By 2 divisible, and it's a null string, true. Otherwise, we check. For the case where length of s is greater than or equal 4, we remove the 2 middle ones and see what happens to the remaining. Or the length of s is 2 and it's a paired of parentheses, otherwise we return false. I love this. Let's see, I think it works. For sure. Let's add this. I think that's it. Pretty sure about it. Wrong answer. Input. Oh, it is giving wrong input to this. Oh, I see. The problem was that we were thinking nested, kind of, while our string can be made of valid parentheses, like valid strings, substrings. Let's continue this problem tomorrow, and I think we are very close. We are very close, no worries. And it's just for the first two strings. If it is a longer string and the first closing bracket is somewhere in the middle, we will be fine, because it was just the first two we had the problem. So we have to edit this part of the code. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Yep. Goodbye.